Wilkinson is 10 times the world champion. Bax and Stupilis, they've done it again. Unbelievable. Marvin Vanluchene certainly deserves the red plate. And what an incredible sport this is. Fast, high and spectacular. Unbelievable.
Welcome WSC fans to our very last highlight show from the 2023 season. We've seen the sport version, we've seen blow by blow, round by round of how these teams fought over 14 rounds for the World Championship. But in this show, we're going to take a look behind the scenes at the emotions, the strains, the stresses, the heartfelt feelings, and everything that goes on behind the scenes with two teams in particular who fought tooth and nail throughout the season for the 2023 world title. Mixed fortunes for so many teams, and there were lots of players in there, all of whom we've seen in previous highlight shows. But these two came down to the focal point, and towards the end of the season in particular, it was really anyone's guess. But Marvin Vanluchene and Nicolas Musset were to reign supreme, as we all know now, whilst the reigning champions Etienne Bax and André Chermak fought valiantly, disappointed, dejected at the end of the year, as we know, and in the early stages of the season, very bruised and battered. But ever the consummate professional, Bax fought on. There were other players in there as well. Britain's Brett Wilkinson, Joe Millard gave a great account of themselves, as did Koen Hermans and Ben van der Boogaard. But the story of the two teams at the front just went on and on throughout 2023. Young talent came to the fore. The Prunier boys were strong, as were the Lille Bardis boys, but these are all young names for the future. They will get their share of publicity, as you will see. The sport's in good shape. We've got immense talent all the way through the field. But these guys at the front gave us something really to shout about in 2023. The emotions were high. The elation was fantastic, as was the disappointment in some cases. What a great season it was. We've seen the sporting side of it. We've seen it blow by blow. But we're about to find out how those emotions ran and what makes these guys tick. The class of 2023 was a fantastic class. None more so than the guys who came out on top, Marvin Vanluchene and Nicolas Musset. The 27-year-old Belgian and his French passenger came into the season with a great deal of focus. 10 years ago, Marvin lost his father, and that memory and the memory of his father stayed with him and motivated him throughout the season. And we saw on many occasions where Marvin sought inspiration from his father and pledged every single turn of the wheels to his memory. Marvin's father was never far from his mind. Every race meeting, his thoughts were there. And this young man, having carried the memory for 10 years, had his father sitting firmly on his shoulder at each and every race, spurring him on to what he certainly hoped would be another world title. That, as we all know, proved to be the case, and there can be no more fitting tribute to Marvin's father.
With the loss of my dad, then you need to be strong to pick up your life again, and with the family, and also with my sister. And maybe that's the reason why I fight always so hard. I just want to make him proud, and that's still my opinion. And I don't want to give up. He was also like that, so I will fight till the end, how worse it is. I'm always thinking about him, and also before the race at home, I go to the place where he is, and it's something special and something important for me to never forget him, and for sure I never will do it. And I think that's most mentally and why I'm so strong about just to fight and make him proud.
Few people outside of the paddock knew what motivated Marvin, but he was in no doubt.
For sure, I want that he was still here, but yeah, it's like it is now, and we can just make the best of it. And he had only one dream, that I can become world champion. So we did it now already 2 times. So I'm really proud to give this to him and also to the family. You know, it's so much appreciated from the family. They know what I do for it. So yeah, it's really nice to give this to my dad.
There can be no mistaking the emotion at the end of the season for the entire family. Marvin and Nicola had done it, but what a journey they'd been on. And it all started in Spain. Talavera de la Reina was the scene for the opener. Great weather, great architecture, a fantastic track. And everyone was holding their breath for what they knew would be a great season. Spain was magnificent, but what lay ahead? Well, only time would tell, and before that, we had to get to the track.
Yeah, for sure, Spain and Portugal for us was perfect, I think so. Yeah, we had 4 race wins. I not can dream it in the winter, but okay, we had a good winter preparation. We work a lot with the new team, also with Nicola. Everything was new. I go back to VMC frame, but we knew already after some French races that we feel strong, and yeah, for sure it cannot start better in this way.
And strong they were. Marvin and Nicola Mousset, double victory in Spain. What a fantastic start to the season. They were good together. Marvin beginning his quest for a second title. Nicola Mousset starting his search for title number 3.
4 races win. Till the beginning is good. Then we have already a gap for the championship. And Spain. I know we know already the track, and this is the track what I like, hard and jump. And first race together with Marvin, and we win both races, so we are already really happy about this. And then the week after in Portugal, the same program than Spain. So yeah, 4 races was so crazy to know how we can go fast. But like I said before, we win 4 races, but just easy, you know. We don't push like crazy, and then we ride just like this winter, and was easy win, I think.
And magnificent they were indeed. Portugal, terrific. Torres Novas, double victory again. They were on their way. But it was a completely different story for defending champions Etienne Bax and André Chermak, when a steering head spindle broke, causing an enormous crash, almost ending their campaign before it had begun.
Yeah, this season was a tricky season. It started really difficult. Starting with the GP in Talavera, we had high expectations from our fork system. We are testing with this since beginning of 2020 in the COVID time. We had some time left and we had a good idea, so we started testing this. We felt not putting it in the GP yet in 2021 and 2022, but at the end of 22 we did a lot of testing still, and we felt that it must be okay to ride GPs with this. So we planned and we made everything through the winter, and actually there was not a lot of time in after the winter with the races in the Dutch Championship or just so what. So actually it was a little bit, we had Eersel, local race, and then we had the first GP in Talavera. Yeah, and everybody know what happened there. The axle broke. We rode 2 years with one axle and nothing happened. We made a new axle in, especially for Talavera, and it broke. So all the confidence at that moment is away, and you know, there are 2 really difficult weekends then, Talavera and Portugal.
It was indeed a hard start for Etienne Bax, and of course André Chermak alongside felt the pain as well.
Yeah, we not with Etienne we not expect it be so bad start of the season. We looking for the first race. because we had done a nice practice in Spain for 3 weeks with the new generation of the fork shock with VP, and we expect will be also fast with this, and but we had bad luck. We had some troubles with, and from that point we had destroyed our mind to be back in the fight for top, and that was the moment, I think, also till all of the season, to see how it's the bad our start of the first race in the Talavera.
But Etienne Bax is such a consummate professional, you cannot help but be in awe of him. He's just one of those men that you know, whatever happens in his career, he will bounce back, and Marvin Vanluchene had immense respect for his adversary.
Yeah, I remember I was a big fan of Etienne, and you know, I still have a lot of respect for him. He is a big athlete in my eyes, but I was also, when I was young, on his truck to buy a cap or something like that. So now it's really nice to always can battle with him and to take a title from him. And yeah, but anyway, I have a big respect for him.
5 titles already for Bax. He wouldn't let go easily, you could bet on that.
Yeah, you know, like I said already before, he is also a fighter, and with Etienne you have never done so. But that's nice from him, and that makes it also nice for the spectators. They know he will fight always back.
Another man, of course, who knows Bax well, Nicolas Musset.
Of course, Etienne is a big concurrent. We know it. I rather him, so I know how he's think. And yeah, he's all the time pushing till the end. And we are still confident, and all year no stress. Just we go focus and ride for the win. And yeah, that's all. I think every week is all for the win. Of course, sometimes some tracks was more easy for him, like Lommel, I mean. We are not a sand rider, and he is. So just we do the maximum every week, and yeah, we go for the win.
Well, you can't say better than that when you're up against a man who's been there, done it 5 times, and got the T-shirt.
Yeah, I think it has to do also that, let's say 4 or 5 GPs, he won 1 race, we won 1 race. So we did win GPs, but we didn't come any point closer in that 4 or 5 GPs. And yeah, we had a disadvantage in the first 3 GPs. So, and then 4 GPs, let's say equal. So that's 7 GPs, that's halfway season, and we were still behind them. Yeah, we did some good things, like Strasbourg was really good to us. Lommel for sure was really good to us, because yeah, for me that was one of the highlights of the season, because we came from dead last to first. Okay, we were lucky with Hermans, but still, you know, we came from dead last to first, and that was, I think, very nice.
The pendulum was finally beginning to swing the other way.
This was very difficult. I expect if after Gdańsk we go to Lommel for sand track, yeah, then we win 2 times, and we feel how can be like a king of the paddock, because we make from last to the first position in the first race. That was the nice feeling, and we think till the end a lot of races, a lot of competition, we can have feeling so best, and then we can do the title at the end. But then after it was some races where he win, we are second, or we change on the position, and still be, I think, 3 races on the 18 points. The gap was on the 18 points, and then it was the first time in the year. I think it not be so easy how I think after Lommel. Yeah, and exactly it is. It was, yeah.
Well, Bax and Shermack certainly had a lot to think about, and their facial expressions and body languages told the story. They knew they had a fight on their hands in this season, and what's more, they knew who it was going to be with.
Yeah, you know, I think Nicolas and me, we just riding 3 times in sand. 1 time for training and 2 GPs in sand. So yeah, 3 times in a whole year is nothing. and we know it already from the beginning, but we was also looking the calendar, and yeah, it's 90% hard pack. So yeah, for us was it more important to concentrate on the hard pack and to train and race a lot on the hard pack. And yeah, sand we know already is not our best, and I think when we was training a whole winter in the sand, we still cannot win the sand GP. So yeah, we need to control a little bit this, and yeah, overall was not too bad.
But Essie and Bax had other problems too along the way.
Yeah, we changed after Portugal. We changed back to the normal fork system. Actually, we made a complete new chassis. We were very pleased with WSP. They went in directly, and they made in 1 week. They made our new chassis. So we had 1 week to build, and then we go for a practice in Geldermalsen. Actually, in the second lap, we make a big crash on a table jump. I lost. I had a blackout, and I was away for 1 hour. And then my eyes were like this, so on Sunday we had Halle Dutch Championship, and I could not go. I just did not see the lines, and we were only 9th or something. So it was just till that moment it was a really difficult season.
With the red plate firmly in their hands, Marvin and Nicola went to France.
Yeah, for sure. Overall in Brugge with the French spectators was amazing again, also for Nico and yeah, the whole team. But okay, yeah, Etienne was getting closer again, and I know already, Etienne is already a big concurrent for some years, and I know he never give up. But that's the same mindset from me, and it was hard to hard, but I think we showed some nice battles.
You better believe it, Marvin. This man is a machine.
Yeah, our goal was to make a change back to winning, and it took a while. You know, even if we changed the fork system, it still we had not the confidence that we need to have, and even here there was not our best race. But also because of the crash we had 1 week before in Geldermalsen, it was not easy. But I think after here we had some time to test again and to make a good setup, and I think from that on it went only better and better, and we started winning GPs again, and the confidence was back. But yeah, you know, you are behind the rest already in the Dutch Championship and in the World Championship, so it's just not easy to come back, and you need to put your mind on that, to just winning races and see how far you come.
But it was game on, and this man never gives up, as we've heard so many times already. Getting towards the end of the season, Loket in the Czech Republic could well be a pivotal one for Marvin Vanluchene. He had to maintain that gap. Conditions here were very, very hot. It was a terrific weekend. Tough for some, really tough for Marvin.
I think one of the most important races this year was Loket, where we take the double. Also a hard battle with Etienne, and I think this was one of the most important race this year. Then the gap was, I think, 80 points. And yeah, you know, when Etienne was winning their 2 races, then the gap was much smaller. So I think that was a really important weekend to take there the double win.
So was the turning point in Cermak's home country?
I expect if they bring or for them come any problem, any troubles, you know, this motorsport that can never know what happened, but they are really consistent from first races, red plate to the end, that I can only congratulate from sport side, because it's so nice to see how consistent be the team for the title. Yeah.
True respect there, and it's mutual, I'm sure. What a team.
Big thanks to the whole team from the hard work. Okay, you need a bit of luck, but also you need to work hard to take that little bit of luck. So I think they just work hard, and yeah, deserve also the title.
But it wasn't done yet. There was a lot more fighting still to do. Not one of these teams would give an inch.
Also, this for me, this happened. This first time this happened, till the beginning, till the end, we have the red plate, and but it was a great season. You know, with Etienne was a great battle, and the points, yeah, sometimes he's come back, and then the week after we make a gap a little bit bigger, and then it was great. But yeah, was good to have you know, other team behind to push to push us than because how I can say that if you ride like together, you know, we have a big gap. Okay, it's good, but for my feeling, it's good to have other team to make a big battle, you know. Then you can push every week.
It certainly was that. It was seesaw, tit for tat, call it what you like. We'll take one, you take one.
You know, I'm getting older a little bit, and I know already how to go in with the pressure. But yeah, for sure you have pressure, but you need it also for a race. And but I feel so strong with Nicola, and I'm so happy to ride with him. And I think I know from ourselves that we can go for the win. If everything is in the right place, we can go for the win. Even if Etienne starts already behind us, we still can go for the win. So you need to put this in your mind and fight. When you take the whole shot, it's already a big start of the race. So for sure there is pressure, but I think overall it was quite okay. You see it also in Castelnau. I think there we had a lot of pressure that the people was thinking, but we was so so motivated to win there.
First time this happened, a final in France, and with the right plate, you know. And this weekend was for sure staying in my head. I think of the rest of my life. We win both races. Like the beginning of the season, easy, you know. Okay, we are a little bit stressed before the race. That's normal because you know you can be world champion after the first race. This happened, and we win both races with all fans, and I think the best public. French people was crazy, was really busy there, and to be world champion in France, that's crazy. The first second world champion was in Holland, was also great, but it's not the same, you know. And now with the team of with Marvin, we make a big party directly after the race, and then all fans stay. Family was here, my friends was here, a lot of people what I love was with me. So this is the best weekend for me.
And there can be no feeling like it.
Yeah, you want all the time more, but like I say, you know, I have already 29. Okay, I'm not old, but I'm riding till I have 14, 15 years old. So it's hard to be all the time on a high level. You need to train in the winter. You have a long season, especially this year. We ride 27 or 28 races. French Championship and the GP, plus the winter. So I think it's around almost 40 weekends on the race. And now okay, I'm not old, I'm still fit, I think, but I have behind me my family, my children is growing up too fast. Like my daughter is already one year already now. And I don't see it, you know. So it's I'm still in the balance, you know. I want to stay, but I want to also to stay with my family.
We've all felt those emotions, and it happens to everyone.
Yeah, of course I want to stay. It's my sport. Huh? When I was 3 years old, I started with the bike, and then is in my life. This is my big part of my life. So of course it's not easy to stop like this in one time. So maybe I will stop a little bit and we will look.
Remember what I said about emotions? There's plenty to think about. Welcome back to our documentary of the 2023 season, and in part one we looked at the top two. We're now going to look at the guys behind the scenes who gave them a real run for their money, and boy did they. Third place, Koen Hermans, Ben van der Bogart. They came into the season with such very high hopes, but it was not to be for them.
It was a long season, 14 GPs. I think nobody expected that the 14 rounds were going on. Yeah, unfortunately, with the Krammel in with the Czech GP, something happened what never may happen, and that's it. But yeah, 13 GPs. It's a long season, and yeah, a lot of frustrations because the speed was there, and we went for number 1, and it became number 3.
Number 3 again for Hermans, but by golly, they showed the speed, as Ben said. They were very quick.
We missed some hours in the winter because Koen was struggling with his back. Then we were surprised in Talavera from the speed, but the first race we had already DNF. And then we know, okay, we have to push, a little harder. And then Portugal was good, 2 times second. And then we were still believing in the fight for the title. But then some races later, another DNF, and then you know, it's gonna be difficult.
Reliability became a talking point for this pair, and it was such a shame because the speed was undeniably there.
Yeah, that was a bit better because we did have and did not finish, and we did think, okay, it's the beginning of the season is long, so we can stay positive. So yeah, we had to keep pushing.
And push they did. Vanluchene saw that.
Yeah, for sure. I think for Koen and Ben will be not so easy this season. You know, they are also really strong. I'm sure that they were also possible to take the title. I think we was with 3 teams a little bit far away from the rest, but okay, at the end they had a lot of mechanical issues, so it will be not easy for them. But okay, at the end I think just to think about next year, it's they know already 2 or 3 GPs in front of the end that it's already not possible anymore. So I think for them, just the mindset is to doing the season out, and we will see what happens, and then all focus on the new season.
Yeah, and then in that second part of the season, let's say in the middle of the season, we were all close together with Hermans and Vanluchene and us. And the bike from Hermans stopped in Lommel, and from that point on they lost some 3 or 4 heats, I think. So they were 100 points behind, and so they were, for the championship, they were basically lost. And that made it that Vanluchene and us stayed together. And but we always stayed on that 25-20 points. So one week we came closer, one week we lost it a little bit. So yeah, we were consistent, but not fast enough, let's say, to catch up.
Both Etienne and Hermans were in the same boat.
Yeah, it was not an easy year for us. We have to take the good points of this year. Halfway the season, it was not going how we want to be. So yeah, that was difficult.
Reliability became a major problem for the pair.
Yeah, during the season, also in the Dutch races, sometimes the bike stopped without any reason, and then it's difficult if you cannot find the problem. Next year will be different, for sure. We're going to ride with another concept, same like Action Motorsport, and we are full trust of it because I had 3 world titles with an AMS, so it's a good engine, and the people around there are also frustrated, and this year was just not our year.
Those of us watching just could not believe what was happening to Hermans.
Well, it's all the time a different thing, and that makes it really difficult. Sometimes we think we have found the problem, but then there is something with electricity. Yeah, and that's not easy to find out what the problem is. So every time we think, we got it, but then the next race there happened something again. And then we are thinking, why is this happened to us? Like Brad, he is riding with the same things as us, but we have the problems and he don't have problems. So yeah, it's maybe also bad luck or something. Yeah, we don't know it.
You can understand how something like that pulls you down.
For sure, the two Cent GPs, like Lange, was really good. We were outstanding there. Starts were good, riding was good. But also here, it's a home GP, and then we had a big battle on the Saturday with HN. That race on the Saturday was for me the most beautiful race. We finished second, but we had such a battle, and immediately when the finish flag falls, HN was like, good. Yeah, we pushed each other to the limit, and all the people were happy. All the spectators were like, tomorrow is gonna be a big war, and it was. So I think here, for me, at the moment, is the most beautiful GP this year.
And they were a class act.
Yeah, because here, it's the sand, and that's what we like, and I think we are really strong in the sand. I think we have showed this also in Herde. So yeah, we do really enjoy it, and then it's really good.
Their speed together in the sand was undeniable. But that simply added to the frustration with those DNFs.
Yeah, that was a really good comeback. It's also a little bit sand, so it's also good for us. 2 wins there. We did have a good feeling on the bike. The engine was really good, so everything was good, and that's why we win 2 times.
Just goes to show when it all falls into place, Hermans and Van den Bogart are the men to beat.
In Lommel, we were leading the pack with 2 minutes to go, with a gap in front from 30 seconds. I was thinking, okay, 2 laps to go and we are back in business. And then the engine stopped, and then you know, okay, season is over. And on that moment you realize, it's not gonna be this year.
And that must be a bitter pill to swallow.
We went leading the first race, and then 2 laps before the finish, the engine stopped, so we couldn't finish this race. And then we realized, the gap is now too big. Now it's too difficult to come closer to Marvin and HN. So yeah, that was the way we think, okay, now we lost the championship.
So destined to run number 3 for another season. They had such high hopes at the beginning of the year, but it was all for nothing. What a shame. These 2 boys are triers.
Yeah, for sure it's unfinished business. Already for years I say that I want to have 5 world titles. Same like Artis Rasmanis. And with Koen, I'm sure the speed is there. I'm sure that we can fight for a title. Next year will be definitely my last year, so it's the last chance to fix this. So we going 100% full for the world title next year.
I wonder what Ben learned from 2023.
As human, I become richer. I learned to know Koen, a rider that I didn't know before. I think before the season I didn't said 3 words to Koen. So and it's a very good guy. We became Dutch champion and we won some GPs. I think the main thing in the season is to stay healthy, and it's the last race and I'm still here, so I'm happy.
And Koen has already got many seasons behind him, but I asked him how he considered the profile of the sport in the modern times.
I think it will be better every year. We have a good media, the live streams, and it's all good. It makes the Sidecarcross much bigger. I see it when I go to my sponsors, and you have nice photos, you have nice videos, and I think it will be better every year.
But how about the teams themselves?
I think at the moment there is no shortage but that's maybe, yeah. Some years ago there were 55, 60 teams, and now there are only 35 teams. And the passengers now, there are, I think, 5 or 6 passengers under 23 who are, yeah, good to
World class.
yeah, world class. So I think maybe for top 3, it's a big difference. But for sure, in some years, they will be capable to go for another world title also.
Behind the top 3 was a real battle for 4th place in the championship, and Brett Wilkinson, Joe Millard secured that. The tough man of the tracks, Brett Wilkinson, took a lot of knocks, rode through the pain barrier, but what a start to the season they had.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better start really to a season. Obviously a win would have been the best, but yeah, with having not rode this much just in the winter, we come there having just trained, no race time at all, and to come away from both of them on the podium was really good, and then to be running second in the world was, yeah, even better, yeah.
Evergreen passenger Joe Millard played his part.
Yeah, this year for sure is my most successful year ever. I mean, in 2017 I obviously finished 4th in the world, but this year I've had 4 podiums, I think. So yeah, I had some real good races and been top 5 overall a majority of the rounds, so for sure, like, it's been my best season.
Yeah, the pair really gelled well and they gave everybody food for thought.
Yeah, we get on a lot better than I thought we would in the beginning, really, because we've always competed when he was riding with his brother and I was riding with other people, and then when we went together, a lot of people said, "Oh, it won't work," and yeah, we've proved them all wrong, and it's stronger than ever. Really, we get on really well, on and off the bike, and the speed's just getting faster and faster, I think.
I'll drink to that, Brett. You certainly are quick.
To win the British again for the second time was really good after last year's disappointment, really. And to win it with Joe together was nice. Yeah, and 4th in the world. I said it in a post earlier this week. When I first started Sidecars, my hopes were to one day be top 5 in the world. So I've achieved that goal. So yeah, it's nice to have done it.
Achieved it and more, mate. Great pair, hard riding, good friends. Left-hand sidecar doesn't always make it easy, but they're part of that wonderful family, which is the Sidecarcross World Championship.
No, it is great. Like, everyone in general gets on with everyone, and everyone's concerned for everyone else. And it is great that it is just one big family. And I hope it stays like that in the future, you know, because I know in other disciplines like the solos, maybe it's not so friendly, but I think, yeah, I really hope that the younger crews come up and it still stays like that. You know, it's great when you can have a good conversation with someone and have a laugh with them at the presentations, and, you know, it's really nice.
And talking young talent, we've got the Lil Bardis twins from Latvia.
If I look back when I was that age, I know it's difficult to stay in the front. Like, they can do a fast lap, but to do it 30 minutes in 2 laps, it's really long. So that needs really much time to stay there in the top. So I think they have still 1 or 2 years to go to ride all the time in the front, like from the beginning till the end, but for sure they are good.
Well, these young Latvians have certainly got themselves noticed.
Everybody is still much younger, and yeah, it's crazy what they show already on this young age. So yeah, I was really surprised, not only this year but already in 22, when they just ride 1 or 2 races. Yeah, they are really strong also on a different track when they never ride. They pick up fast the speed and also some big jumps. So yeah, I was really surprised, and yeah, it's only I think really nice for the sport.
Also, Ivan van der Wiel, Robert de Vene, Jano Steegmans. I think the Prunier passenger, Lil Bardis passenger, okay, they are stuck with their brothers. Sam Leverink, it's also a really talented guy. So I think there's talent enough, but yeah, you must find a rider who wants to invest in a younger passenger. Now all the top riders, they choose for an experienced passenger, but I think, yeah, if they all stop, yeah, then they have to invest in the new young passengers. And they are fit, they are young, motivated, so yeah, why not?
When you look like 6 or 7 years ago, we had a lot of English crews doing it and consistent, but yeah, I honestly don't know why they don't want to put the effort in. What I can't imagine is, you know, the harder you train, the easier the weekends are, and I can't imagine if it's so hard every weekend racing, how it's fun. Because as you know, when it gets really hard physically, it's not fun. So if you do your training in the week, the weekends are so much more fun. So I don't know why they're not, you know, these younger guys aren't thinking that.
Well, that is not true of these young Latvians, now just 17 years of age, 16 when they first burst on the scene, and boy, they arrived in style. They really are a fantastic talent, this pair, and they will set the world on fire in the seasons to come.
England, immediately when we arrived, we walked the track. I already liked the track, all the jumps and the waves, I think are really good for a real sidecarcross track. It was then in first race, we got again the 3rd place, and we already knew that we could get the podium because Hermans had some problem and everything else. Yeah. And then 2nd race, not as good start, but we managed to fight, I think, till 4th place, and we got the podium. We were really happy, first podium, and the emotions were really amazing.
The Lilbardis boys arrived. My goodness, did they?
I think the proudest has to be moment for us, 3rd place in England, but also the 3rd place in Estonia in the 2nd race was also really good because all the fans came. I think that was in Lange it was more emotional, but in England we felt like we accomplished our goal.
And they have legions of fans, follow them all over Europe.
Also, when I don't like the track, I think it's better for me. When I like the track, I don't drive good at it. But when I don't like the track, I think I ride better.
They've certainly captured everyone's imagination.
Every year you learn something or you hear something from someone else, and yeah, it's just 10 small things. It's also one big thing to go in the front. So yeah, how faster you go, more people will come to you, more sponsors. So it will be a bit easier to have everything perfect when you are riding in front.
So good to hear the words of wisdom from these superstars.
To do when you train hard in the winter and prepare yourself right, you can be a lot better during the season. Like if you do your work early, then you can be good in the season fitness-wise. And yeah, mentally, just be strong really, just have to be strong and keep going on.
No game without pain, you said it, Brett.
Definitely need to learn some more starts, to do more starts. The pace for us is really good. We have the physical strength to do the 30 minutes. Maybe some other teams after 20 minutes miss some strength and it's easier for us. Also, we now know how to pass better. I think in the first race of the season it was the missing piece that we couldn't pass on Marvin, because before in Latvian Championship there isn't so much competitors, so we don't have to pass so much, but at the end we could pass a lot better.
But what about the future?
I think in the United Kingdom is struggling a bit. We haven't got many young teams coming up, you know, like Dan Foden's the youngest one really, but there's no passengers coming through, so he's got a good passenger at the minute, but how many years that's going to last, I don't know, and then he's going to have to try and find a younger one, and I think, if I'm honest, I think it's in a bit of trouble. We're all getting older from England and we can't go on forever.
You're right there, Joe, we are all getting older from England. But these boys, on the crest of a wave, good luck to them.
Yeah, the first year we didn't know some things about how to make everything, because in Latvia we only have to ride 20 minutes and it's not so hard on a bike. But yeah, now we know everything, and for next season we'll be 100% prepared.
It's going to be fascinating watching their career develop and what they can achieve.
Wilkinson is 10 times the world champion. Bax and Stupilis, they've done it again. Unbelievable. Marvin Vanluchene certainly deserves the red plate. And what an incredible sport this is. Fast, high and spectacular. Unbelievable.